Hello, hello, hello! What's happening, everybody? MCOC Droid does back again with another video on Marvel Contest of Champions. So, first of all, in case you missed it, last week I was officially accepted into the Content Creator Program, the CCP, and this is my very first CCP-related video, so I am super excited. Before I get into it, again, we're going to be talking about the newly released patch notes for the 30.0, wow, 30.0 update that is coming next week, and there's a lot to talk about. But before I get into it, again, this is going to be relatively straightforward in terms of presentation. If you have any comments on the video, I have some ideas for future videos, but for this first one, it's pretty straightforward. So if you have any comments, ideas, positive notes, negative notes, feel free to put all that stuff down in the comments below, because of course I want to do videos that are entertaining and informative for you all, especially when it comes to CCP related stuff. So yeah, feel free to drop that down below. All right, so let's get into this. This is the 30.0 release notes, which by the time you're seeing this video should also be live, at least up on the Contest of Champions website, hopefully the forums as well, or if not, then shortly after. And we're just going to go through this slide by slide because, again, there's a lot to talk about. So here we go. First and foremost, you can see right there, we'll mention them in a second, but the February event quest is going to be called Mixed Emotions, and we are going back into the Fantastic Four realm. As you can see, you're not the only one noticing superheroes acting strangely. Something sinister is afoot, and Johnny Storm is tracking down all the cuddle-hungry robots and lackadaisical super scientists suddenly occupying the battle realm. Who or what could be inverting their personalities, and what does it have to do with, in fact, one of the brand new champions for next month? You can see them both right there. The Super Skrull. So yes, I can't talk about them. Champion spotlights are not out yet. However, can officially announce that the two champions for next month, which I'm very excited about, are PsychoMan, who is going to be Tech. He's one I'm not as familiar with. I mean, I haven't read comics for a while, and I tended to stick mostly to Spider-Man, X-Men, things like that. So when it comes to some of the other big groups, Fantastic Four, what have you, I tend to know more of surface level stuff. So, you know, like in terms of villains, obviously that would be like Doctor Doom and some of the other big ones. Mole Man was one, but yeah, Psycho Man I never heard of. However, he seems interesting. He seems very, very interesting here. Genius scientist, ruler of a technocratic system of worlds in the microverse. So I guess maybe tied in with Ant-Man as well. Obsessed with conquering the normal-sized universe, he crafted a mechanical exoskeleton so he could interact with things not on a microscopic scale. He carries with him the Control Box, a device capable of creating and controlling the emotions of anyone he chooses, especially feelings of hate, fear, and doubt. Very interesting. Like I said, I hadn't really heard much about him before they released this new character to us. So I'm excited to go back and learn more. And then, of course, the other new champion for February, Super Skrull. Super Skrull I had heard of, absolutely. I've always loved seeing the images of the Skrull with you know, thing, well, obviously, you know, Skrull anatomy, but then you get like a thing arm, and sometimes, you know, he was on fire, so Human Torch's ability, sometimes invisible, stretching, things like that. Always really liked Super Skrull. Very cool. It's like all Fantastic Four members wrapped up into one. Super awesome. So I'm very excited for him as well. Just excited for, like, I do enjoy Fantastic Four related content, even if, like I said, I didn't read the comics as much as I used to, or as much as some of the others, like Spider-Man and X-Men and things like that. I don't remember if I saw every single episode, but I do remember watching the Fantastic Four animated show back in the 90s. So that certainly helped my exposure as well. But yeah, very, very excited for both of these new champions. So yeah, Psycho Man, Super Skrull, coming to the game. Champion spotlights should be coming out soon. And yeah, very excited for those two. Let's start moving on to the side quest and special things going on next month. And there's a lot of stuff going on. The main side quest, if you will, for those who've been playing the game for a while, last few years in particular, you can probably guess what's coming, and I can indeed confirm that yes, we are getting a new iteration of Love is a Battle Realm. It is going to be Love is a Battle Realm 4-1. Very clever. I like it. Because if you recall, a couple years ago was Love is a Battle Realm 3. And then last year was Love is a Battle Realm 3, Roman numeral 2, like the sequel. So here we go. Love is a Battle Realm 4-1. Yeah, just in time for the Season of Love, Deadpool aims to track down PsychoMan and use his control box to solve his emotional equations. But things don't always go as planned when love is involved. Things get introspective as Deadpool faces his biggest enemy yet, himself. So yeah, like I said, last year was Love is a Battle Realm 3-2. It was pretty straightforward. 4 difficulties, 3 chapters, 2 levels per chapter, 2 paths per level. It was pretty straightforward. 1 energy per tile. The rewards were fairly solid as well, and yeah, it wasn't too hard, which was nice. This one seems interesting though. I'm looking at the second paragraph here. This content may be hard to defeat without love on your side. So bring in romance synergy champs to feel the power of love buff. Sounds like there may be a global buff. I don't know if that means the fights are going to be harder and you should be focusing on the romance synergy champs. We'll talk about them in a second. But then it mentions, or dose yourself with a bit of self-love boost to get the same warm, fuzzy tingle. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm not sure. We don't have the full breakdown yet for any of this stuff that I'm going to be talking about. You know, the side quest stuff, events, things like that. So do be on the lookout for a much more detailed breakdown of this event when, you know, a forum post goes live or if we get some new posts in the CCP. So I will keep you posted on that. Moving right along. There's a lot of stuff to talk about here for the month of love, which is appropriate for February. The first 2 here are pretty straightforward, again, especially if you have played the game before in years past for February. First up, Valentines Day Calendar. This one looks a little different, though, this year. Check in daily to get love juices, which should be potions. They've been special potions in years past. Shattered Heart Shards. We'll talk about those in a second as well. Valentine's cards. We'll talk about that later on down this slide here, but that seems to be a new thing for February. And self-love boosts. Again, that would be, I would presume, tied in with the Love is a Battle Realm quest. So, because in years past, you know, like this was, I grabbed this from somebody's video. It was either Seaton or Rich or I just grabbed it off of Google. I'm not entirely sure where, because I didn't have a screenshot of the romance calendar from last year, but as you can see, this was it. So more generic health boosts, 5-star shards, skill tier 4 class catalyst frags, and then a 5-star 6-stone at the end there. This is mentioning obviously a lot of different things, but it also mentions the calendar resets weekly for the duration of the event. So be sure to collect all your items before they vanish. So yeah, 7-day calendars. So I would presume 4 full calendars here of all that stuff, which is pretty cool. Shatterheart crystals. These are, again, I'm going to assume similar to years past. So in fact, let me go ahead and pull up. This was a screenshot from my video last year once I wrapped up Love is a Battle Realm and did the opening. They only had Grandmaster as the highest crystals last year, as you can see. So those are the guaranteed 3-star with a rare chance at a 4 or 5-star. No confirmation yet if there are going to be Cavalier crystals similar to these the year-end event last year. No idea. Really hoping there will be, of course. Cavalier crystals would be great, but yeah, no confirmation just yet. We'll see in the next few days or so, I'm sure, but that also kind of 2 birds, 1 stone. That's the romance or its complicated synergy related champions right there. Not going to read them all off, but there are a good amount, of course. And again, no idea if those will be the main champs to use for Love is a Battle Realm, especially if there's going to be like that global buff. So we will see that very soon, I'm sure. Like I said, once we get a full breakdown forum post or something in a CCP, I'll be sure to do a breakdown video on that event. So yeah, really hoping they're going to be Cavalier crystals, but not entirely sure just yet. However, if we go back here, so obviously I would assume the main place to get these shards are going to be from Love is a Battle Realm 4, of course. Solo objectives that happened last year as well, but they also mention special arena milestones. Which, let's just go ahead and jump to the next point there. Find love in the arena. This is interesting. Battle for your love in new weekly arenas to complete solo events, earn shattered heart crystal shards, and more. Hopefully, whether it's maybe like other shard milestones, units, battle chips. Not sure. Again, these are new. We don't have any specific information on those yet, so very excited to see what those are going to entail. I know it's weird for me, of all people, to say very excited to hear about lots of arenas, but if they're weekly arenas, then I feel like that they are much more doable. They're much more, I don't want to say casual, but of course there's more flexibility in terms of the time to at least get the milestones done. Maybe not like, as long as it's not similar to that 6-star shard arena that we had towards the end of last year. Obviously, if you have the time, can grind it out, you can get a lot of great rewards. I usually just don't have as much time to sit and do lots of arena, especially during the week. So I don't know, we'll see. But I am very curious to hear about these weekly arenas, especially tied in with all the other stuff. So extra Shatter Heart Crystal Shards, fulfilling these the solo events. I'm very curious indeed. And then I'm also especially curious about this last thing here, Valentine's cards. Don't keep that love all to yourself. Send out some Valentine's cards that grant Shattered Heart Shards. Okay. And gifting counts towards solo events, so don't hold back. Let the whole contest know you've got love on your mind. Again, we don't know more than this, at least as of right now. Sounds like it'll be another like temporary gifting event. To maybe give out stuff to friends, alliance members, things like that, especially if it means more shards and it's going to count towards solo events, so you're getting things as well. Very, very curious to see the full breakdowns of all of this stuff. So yeah, with so much stuff happening next month, and we're not even done yet, definitely be on the lookout for lots more breakdown videos, because I have a feeling there's going to be lots of things happening, obviously mostly tied in with Shattered Heart Crystal Shards, and these objectives and Valentine's cards and things like that. But yeah, I'm very curious to see the full breakdowns of all of this stuff. And I mentioned we're not done yet because, again, if you've played in years past for February, another thing that's going to be happening next month. Yes, indeed, there is the return of the Lunar New Year gifting event. Now, for those who are unaware, I will do a much more in-depth video once we get the full details on things like that. And I've done them in years past as well. But this happens every year, and it is another gifting event. However, it is not tied in with any sort of spending, with any sort of, call it competition, because there are no rank rewards or things like that. The long story short is you get a temporary gifting badge. You get these red envelope tickets that you can gift to other people, so that they get red envelopes, so you can gift back and forth or what have you. And you get more than enough that you need as long as you gift a certain amount. You hit all of the milestones, and that's pretty much it. It's very straightforward. It's not massive rewards or anything like that, but it's just a nice little bonus event, basically, to celebrate the Chinese New Year. This is going to be the year of the ox coming up. And there are also login calendars that are associated with it. That's where you get the tickets, you get some other rewards, things like that. Again, this is a totally free gifting event. It's a non-competitive gifting event. You can just gift some stuff to friends or alliance members. Hopefully they gift you back in return, of course, but then you get some milestones, and that's it. Log in every day to claim crystal shards, gold, units, red envelope tickets from the special Lunar New Year calendar. Spend red envelopes to gift your friends and alliance mates and contribute to the Lunar New Year Alliance gifting event. Yeah, it's very straightforward. But again, once we get the full details, especially if there are any changes this year, I will definitely do a full breakdown video for that as well. Almost to the end here, I promise. Like I said, there is a lot going on next month. And we also still need to talk about a few other things. So first of all, a really cool thing, I think it was Guardian that did it for last year. Everyone's going to get a free 3-star PsychoMan, which is really cool. and you're going to be able to use that PsychoMan to complete solo objectives as he takes on some of his foes in the battle realm to get special rewards, exclusive profile picks, and more of the self-love boosts, which you could use for Love is a Battle Realm. Again, like I said, I remember they did this last year. I'm pretty certain it was for Guardian. It was very straightforward. There were objectives for like leveling him up, ranking him up, using him in, questing, using him in arena, things like that. It was very, very straightforward. So pretty much easy bonus rewards. And it's just a free new 3-star champion, which is pretty cool. I mean, yes, it's easier to get the 3 stars these days, even just from like arena milestones. But this is always a nice touch. And then adding the special objectives to go with it for extra rewards for stuff that you're probably going to do anyway, which also then gives you a chance to test out the character and learn the character more. Really, really cool. So always nice to see this kind of stuff. I hope they keep doing it at least once a year or so, or maybe every 6 months or something like that. Pretty darn cool. Champion updates, as has already been revealed a month or two ago. February is going to be a big month for upgrades, reworks, retooling, call it what you will. Terrax, Moleman, Kingpin, and Yellow Jacket are all getting updates in February. As it says there, watch for their Champion Spotlight updates for more information. Again, can't talk about any of the updates just yet. I personally have not had a chance to test any of them out, as I had mentioned in my kind of other quick little CCP videos. The beta is not yet set up for me. It should be set up in the next day or two, so I should be able to start testing some stuff out very soon, but not just yet. So yeah, can't talk about those just yet. Be on the lookout very, very soon for those champion spotlights, because obviously each one will get one. So yeah, busy month. 2 new champions, of course. 4 reworked champions. So much happening. All of the events, all of the objectives, all of the special stuff. February is going to be a big month, and we're still not done, because of course at the end here, let's go ahead and talk about the bug fixes and improvements. I'm just going to kind of rapid fire these, not going to go too much into any of them really. First up, class catalyst selectors will now display the player's inventory of full catalysts or fragments on the selection screen, which is very nice. I know for pretty much any selector, obviously, when you get to pick your class, you can tap on your frags and you can kind of see how many frags you have towards the next catalyst you're forming. But yeah, there's no way of knowing unless you obviously remember in your head specifically which classes you are already maxed out on. So that'll be a nice touch. Very, very happy to see something like that. It's small, but it's very welcome. We'll put it that way. This was already announced, and I'll have a link down in the forum below, but new class and challenge buffs for Cavalier Difficulty Event Quest. Again, not going to go into all of that. Check out the link to the forum post, or actually it'll probably be the blog post, because I believe it was on the blog, not the forum. So the link to the blog post will be down in the description below. Check that out. Professor X fixed issue where the surge abilities were not treated as a passive. Very nice. Rocket Raccoon updated signature description to show crit rating potency every hit in the combo instead of every 10 hits, which is nice. Fixed issue where the signature critical rating potency was calculating as 1 less than the combo meter specified. I didn't even know about that, but it's great that it's getting fixed at the very least. Vultures fixed special 3 effects, which were overlapping other effects. Always good to clean that kind of stuff. Armored Assault buff added the unblockable icon when the defender becomes unblockable. Thank you. That kind of stuff is always appreciated, because unblockable is hit and miss sometimes. Like sometimes nothing will show up. Sometimes everything will show up, both the word unblockable and the icon. Sometimes the word unblockable pops up for like a second. Not just here, but just in general. It'll like pop up for a second and then go away, but they are, and no icon, but they are unblockable. So yeah, stuff like that is always very appreciative on my end, and I'm sure pretty much everybody else, to get that kind of stuff cleaned up. Auto fight button, turning off auto fight while the attacker is blocking no longer keeps the attacker in the block state. That is helpful, absolutely. Do not go gentle buff, edited description to clarify the buff in more detail. Edited description to clarify intercepting and heavy attacks reduce charges even when the opponent is not about to be KO'd, so that's very good. Thank you for cleaning that up. Power Sting 3.0 buff, updated to now inflict the attacker with a permanent Power Sting with infinite duration that deals the defender's attack rating as direct damage to the attacker when casting specials. Okay. Scientific Method 2 buff, edited description to specify the max is 55.5% instead of 50%. Edited description to specify 11.1% is removed every 10 hits. Gotcha. And then, even after we got this, it was either yesterday or Wednesday, I'm not sure, but we did see on the forums another bug fix that is coming, and thank you so much for this. This is a huge one. Kabam Zibit pointed out that the team has a fix for this issue where Omega Red's Death Field would not deal any damage before applying 10 spores. That will be ready to go out with the next update. Thank you, as a user and owner of a 6-star rank 3 Awakened Omega Red. I've been hoping for this fix for a while, so thank you. Thank you so much. So that is coming in 30.0. Very happy with that. There is a known issue, I guess, an issue with this, where Spider-Ham and Immortal Hulk's abilities may not interact with Omega Red's degen damage, but the team is working on getting that resolved as well, and should have this resolved by the update after at the latest, so March, most likely. And yeah, so that does suck. That is a bummer, but at the very least, if they can get this Death Field back up and running for most of the champions in the game, that is a huge relief and a huge win. So very excited for that as well. And that is a great place to leave it. That will do it there, I promise. So that is 30.0. Like I said, there is a lot of stuff going on. There is a lot of, events and special objectives and calendars and things like that is happening throughout February. So definitely be on the lookout for lots of breakdown videos on that kind of stuff on the channel. And again, we've got 4 champions that are getting reworked. We've got these 2 very cool looking new champions, PsychoMan and Super Skrull. So this is going to be a very busy month. So I'm excited. Hopefully you are as well. Let me know what you think down in the comments below about any of this stuff in 30.0. And that'll do it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it all the way to the end here. Be on the lookout for more CCP related stuff as I am getting more acclimated and up and running with the program. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe, ring the bell, turn on all notifications, all that good stuff. It really helps me out and I greatly appreciate it. For now though, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you next time.